tucked away in the Shenandoah Valley, Harrisonburg, Virginia, home to James Madison, father of the Constitution and mother of some of the most electric crowds in all of college football when they come out to support the Dukes. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on a team from the Sun Belt, the James Madison Dukes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Washington State Cougars offense will start this game off with the football. And here it comes for the first time as the starter, this talented freshman. And Jesse, it seems like quarterbacks mature quicker and quicker these days, and they're ready to grab the reins.
Yeah, you're seeing it more and more. There's more high school quarterbacks now ready to take the next step and compete and perform in college football. But listen, I started as a true freshman back at Florida. I guarantee you...
Oh, a lot of space. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
They'll ride the hot hand. Quick spin on the run. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Let's step back here and chat a little Washington State. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. And what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. Still running at the 40. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Got his man quickly. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
The Cougars getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
2nd down, he'll throw it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, this ain't good for the offense. When you get down close to the goal line, you don't want to be going backwards. They can't sustain more negative plays.
Man, what a huge play from this defense. Everything looked bleak. Now they've completely flipped this situation around.
And they will score! Touchdown, Cougars!
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it. And that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So James Madison's offense has the ball for the first time. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Barnett. Makes the grab down the middle. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
The give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's something this offense is going to try to do in this game, and they're doing it early. They want to establish the run game. They want to be more physical. They want to control the line of scrimmage. That's how they're going to attack this defense.
They want to throw it. It's on target and complete. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
The Dukes are moving quickly down the field. Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Linebackers up near the line of scrimmage, and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line. Fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
QB draw. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, they're trying to go. Be designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
And the Dukes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT'd.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And some room to work. Did the work himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls it and fires to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. The give from the gun. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They've spotted them a 10-0 start now to see if they can answer on this drive. They'll run it from the gun. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking up play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
To the air, it's Barnett. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. The Dukes will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
The handoff to Johnson. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Cougars are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down.
And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. There he goes. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Handoff to the single running back. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
They'll go right back to him. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Dukes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a pretty dumb decision by the opponent to go for it so deep in their own end, and this offense now is making them pay for that. After getting the ball back on the third play of the drive, they're able to run it, get the first down, and stay on the field.
Might be calling a hot route. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Here we go. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison. Quick strike through the air for the score. What a grab and what a quick strike for that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Makes the catch. It's Johnson. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Washington State will have to boot it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. just needs a crack to get a return. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Back to pass, it's Barnett. Got his man out of the backfield. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Leaves it with the running back. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling one or two guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark, a 49-yard try from the left. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Texas Tech is currently ahead in this one. The Jones is just jam-packed today, but the Scarlet and Black have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over BYU. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They go right back to it. Shakes off the defender. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
And the Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Safe completion on the screen. Wide open spaces. There he goes. At the 20. Touchdown Cougars. Once he got a step, it was all. Right to the house.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. running to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Scanning the field, it's Barnett. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Dukes decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41?
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Quickly to the tight end. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the 1st.
Finds space on the right. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. And that one hurts to have the flag come out and take a touchdown off the board after that play. Offense getting set for 1st down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's taking the shot. Got it. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wazoo!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this 1st half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
He'll call for the fair catch here. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. That's reeled in, it's Alston. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And the Dukes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Zings it complete to the right. Turning it on. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Kyle. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The give. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup of 5 and the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Dukes are marching down the field. To the ground. He's got it again. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. This one's complete.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Dukes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Makes the grab. Tackle is made at the 33. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Alston. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Unloads it left. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. He's got it. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Dukes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Quick toss. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the right. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Throws to the wideout. Almost had the pick there. Would have. Second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
And the Dukes are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. Now a 2-possession game at 24-13.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Got the first down and more. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. The offense set for a first down play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've had yourselves a great broadcast so far today in Harrisonburg.
The Cougars will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Barnett. Buying some time. A strike downfield. And they swarm him under.
Well, there's an example of the quarterback just creating on the fly, because I think that was supposed to go to the running back on a screen, and he just saw an open guy downfield and said, I don't know, I'm just going to throw it down to this dude. He's wide open. I know it's not how we drew it up, but we'll take it.
The Dukes pick up the first down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Oh, it's a reverse. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
It's going to be interesting to see how the defense is going to try to defend these jet sweeps moving forward. They've got to have bodies in the perimeter of the field with their eyes looking at these receivers in motion, because they can hand it off to him at any time.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Throws for the tight end. working the middle. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He's looking downfield to throw. Finds his man. It's Kyle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And the Dukes have this offense rolling. They'll try the run. Running into the open space. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a 1st down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his 2nd of the game. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Wide open downfield. And he's out of bounds after a terrific run and a nice pickup.
How about that job after the catch on a critical 3rd down? He's able to make people miss. He's able to use his speed. Ball was thrown out in front of him so he could advance it, and all of a sudden,
scores on the sneak.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And the point after is good. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Westbrook. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. This drive will open from the 15. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. The throw. Snagged out of the air. Snowed under by the defense.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Turning on the Jets. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
And if I'm this defense, man, number 1, 2, and 3 is stopping this quarterback, and he's done it by air and now by land. Like running the option, having success. We got to get dialed in. He's
loose. Oh, he's got some space. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Here on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And they can't make the connection on third down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Never a doubt. That'll push this lead out to a touchdown at 27-20. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Might be changing the route. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Working that left side now. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down coming up. Tight end now in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. They're working that left side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Here's the pressure. Grabbed in the middle. It's Alston. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit. Yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in 3rd down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
They boot it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
He's got an open man, and he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Pulls it in. It's Ellison. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Motion from the wideout. Gonna take a shot on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Johnson. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
quick release by the QB. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Washington State ready to go with another first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Makes the grab. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
And the offense has found a lot of success throwing to this guy out of the slot. He's done a nice job working the middle of the field, winning his one-on-one matchups. And this
touchdown, Washington State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm there.
The Dukes get enough for the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quick pass on the fly motion. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They'll go back to work with the first down in the final period. The give to the fullback. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And the big fella, usually blocks, but has a nice little run and met by the strong safety. He's called the strong safety for a reason. Those guys are, oversized safeties that are really strong. They're usually strong tacklers. Getting the big fella to the ground, just gave up a little too many yards.
And the Dukes come to the ball trying to their game plan. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to throw. It's Barnett. Right on the money. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Dukes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Hands it off. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Dukes! Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Freeman. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Cougars with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it to the right side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. Washington State sends out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. They didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22. This offense has it with really good field position. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. Fighting off the defender. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. From the gun, running back on the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be fourth down and decision time. Dead center perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Oklahoma showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
To throw, it's Barnett. Puts it out of the air. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On first down, here comes this offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. Found a seam. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
He's got the back in the middle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Dukes can really attack on this second and short. Fullback's got it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
The Dukes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Out of the backfield, he's open. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here comes the heat. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, James Madison.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. He'll bring it out. It's Freeman. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. The give as they work on that clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And his QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success, but man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize, they get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. They'll run it. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense. Great in the tackle for a loss on first.
It's a running room. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Awesome job there on third down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
All right, you're at a point in the game now where you've got to go. You need to get down the field and score points. I'm all for running the football, but in this part of the field, you've now got to start kicking it into overdrive, start taking some shots and gaining up some yards.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points. And this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. It's Barnett. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Dukes. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. They didn't have to cover a ton of ground, moving at 33 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Freeman. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the fourth quarter. We've got an opportunity, one possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
Looking to throw on first down. Oh, better look out! And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime. But it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.